What are the main differences between Series A, our real alt Series A, and Series M? And can you explain it to people, please?
The main difference is Series A is loans. Okay, so we invest in pieces of larger loans. Let that be, like I said, land development, construction, or inventory loans. So we look at it from a lending lens. Okay, Series M is essentially an equity lens. So you're really an owner. Okay, so the metrics are relatively the same from a lending point of view to an ownership point of view. But to the point that we were talking about yesterday is when you're looking at it from an ownership perspective, you do a lot of the upfront legwork. Okay, so there's a lot of due diligence ahead of time that looks into the walkability score, the transit score. Those things are in terms of how far is the asset from amenities. In a walking distance, how far are you away from public transit? You're doing, again, same type of work in terms of the soils, environmental. Those are important pieces. You're really looking at the soils to see what type of soil it is. Is it impacted? Is it not? Is it suitable to build foundations on, and so forth? And what does it look like to get rid of it if there is topsoil there? So it's the metrics. Pretty much are the same, with the exception of we look at IRR, internal rate of return, from the investor standpoint. So when does the equity go in the project and when it comes out? The other metric is return on equity, which again we look at from a lending point of view, but really don't pay attention to it because it's not our metric. But on the borrowings, on the ownership side, it is an important metric. So again, we look at all the same things. It's just we look at it a little bit more in terms of metrics on the ownership side, as well as a lot of that upfront work we have to do on the ownership side, whereas on the lending side, it's already done for us by the time that we start looking at the file.